Creatine for women, is it necessary?
Genuinely wondering if there are any supplements that actually help with energy levels.
Colostrum, what is it and is it worth the hype?
Is there a protein powder that won't turn my porridge into protein pudding?
Why are electrolytes being pushed so hard on social media as if they are a magical powder? Hello everybody and welcome back to the How To Fitness podcast with me, Michael Ulloa.
And me, Kate Lyman.
And we're back with a Q&A episode. Kate, how are we doing? Are you doing well today?
I'm doing relatively well. We record today. We're going to do a few Q&As, which we had a massive influx of questions, right? Like 70 to go through or something, which is great.
Yep.
And then I have a bus ride down to the beach later today. So
nice.
I am happy. I'm just going to be working down there, so it's not like vacation.
Okay. But working from a
beach
beach is better than working from like a stuffy office. So
exactly,
you're winning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how are you besides sick?
I am sick again. Honestly, if anyone says like, what's it like having kids? Just sick all the time. It's next level. Since we've now got 2 kids, it's just another level. Like the one kid brings it back from nursery, gives it to the other kid, then gives it to us. He gets better, goes back to nursery, brings back another bug. Yeah, it's a bit relentless. But Kate, we're still here. We're smiling. I actually feel okay. I've just got a bit of a cough. So if I talk too much, I start coughing. So I'm just going to use the sneaky mute button and the listeners will never realize anything is going on. It's fine.
Michael texted me this morning. He's like, my cough is so bad. I was like, too bad. We're recording anyway.
Full sympathy from the How To Fitness podcast team.
I'm sorry. I guess I didn't say I'm sorry. I am sorry.
Okay.
But also we're doing it anyway.
Yeah, Kate and
No
I,
wiggle room in
our
the schedule.
schedules are so cramped that we make it work. We'll be fine. So I guess we'll just jump straight in. If you're ready for this, Kate.
Yeah, I guess for context, I went through all the questions we had submitted to us, and I broke it into kind of topics. So today we're going to go through some of the supplement related questions that came up.
We are indeed. So Kate, creatine for women, is it necessary? Is weight gain a concern? And how much should perimenopause 55 plus women actually take?
Okay, there's a lot in there. Is it necessary? No, it's a supplement, and all supplements are supplemental, right? Should one take it? Sure. If you're weight training, creatine, one of the most studied supplements, creatine monohydrate we're speaking about specifically. There are a lot of benefits as far as energy availability, which can help us with strength training and our fitness. There are some cognitive benefits, although I believe those are at higher dosages. But I would say if you are strength training, probably can't hurt unless it gives you tummy troubles. 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate is a very decent dosage.
Sure.
And are there concerns of weight gain? There are impacts of water retention once you load with creatine. That's because that's kind of the mechanism of action. It brings water into our muscles. And I think if that feels concerning, it's kind of worth exploring for us. Are we willing to kind of trade off the benefits of this supplement for a temporary rise in water retention? And if that temporary rise in water retention feels really scary, might be a bigger question about how we view our relationship with the scale.
Yeah, it's an important one. And we do have a whole episode on this, which I believe is episode 50. It's the only episode number I remember because it's bang on episode number 50, which Kate did a deep dive into this and it is solid. Our most listened to episode by far. And I recommend listeners go and check it out.
And out of the 70-something question requests, how many were creatine? 20?
Yeah, at least every time. Yeah. It's funny. Every time I do a Q&A on Instagram, I just answer all the questions on creatine in one snappy answer. Because I'm like, this will answer most of the queries that listeners have. It's an important supplement. It can have so much benefit, but it's not necessary. You don't have to take it. It's fine.
I think, and I've gotten this in the DMs a few times the last few weeks, there must be some real fear mongering on are you taking a creatine?
Yeah.
Go for it or don't. It's not going to make such a difference in your life. It's a make it or break it thing. I will say it is a cheap supplement, and that is a benefit to me. It's really affordable compared to other supplements. And, some of this question was specifically about women in the menopause transition. And I think it is beneficial in some extra ways. There's a study that I reference in the Creatine podcast about the benefit of creatine for women in midlife and beyond. So yes is the short answer.
Creatine maxing is coming soon, Kate.
All right, Michael, a question for you. Genuinely wondering if there are any supplements that actually help with energy levels.
Very few supplements actually like boost energy, despite a lot of the claims that you see, especially through social media. I mean, the really obvious one is caffeine. It will boost sporting performance in many different ways. It can almost reduce like our perception of how tired we are through exercise too, although that is kind of mixed in the research, interestingly. But yeah, caffeine is the kind of go-to here. I know Kate has just spoken on creatine as well. Creatine, in short, helps us replenish energy faster. Therefore, energy will be better throughout the workout. You can get an extra 1 or 2 repetitions out. Some people feel the benefit from that, others less so. That doesn't mean it's not working. It's just sometimes that perception feeling can be a little bit different person to person. Other than that, I mean, you could argue maybe beta alanine. It helps to like buffer fatigue in muscles for like high intensity work. So beta alanine is possibly a good third option there, even though the benefit might be quite small. Outside of that, unless you're deficient, so if you're like iron deficient, for example, making sure that you're correcting those deficiencies might improve energy. You kind of just got to do it through good sleep, good nutrition, being well hydrated, managing your recovery between workouts. That's going to have the biggest benefit here. Although saying that, caffeine is a beautiful thing. I'm not sure how many workouts I would have got through over the last 3 years if caffeine wasn't an effective ergogenic aid. So yeah, caffeine is probably my number one go-to here.
That was I'm really glad you got that question because you answered it so much better than I would have.
Thanks, Kate.
I would have just been like, I don't know, caffeine.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it, where you'll see so many different supplements come up being like, this is what you need in order to feel great for your workouts. And actually the benefit to so many of them is just negligible. Caffeine's a really cool one. Depends on obviously like how habitual your caffeine use is. If you're someone who drinks a lot of caffeine through coffee or any other means, you might find that sporting performance boost is less than someone who doesn't drink caffeine. But the research is pretty solid. It's around like 3 to 6 milligrams per kilogram of body mass, I believe, is like the recommended dose. You can play around with dosing. Interestingly, I think I have my caffeine supplement here next to me. So this is something I recommend to clients sometimes. They don't realize that you can buy these, but you can buy caffeine as a supplement, as like a pill, from big sport supplements companies. It feels a bit weird recommending a caffeine supplement. However, it means that you can dose it to what your body feels good with. So if you're someone who is quite caffeine sensitive, you can use a caffeine supplement, or you can use coffee or energy drinks, that kind of thing. But I find that caffeine tablets are actually a really good way of dosing it and not having these obscene amounts of caffeine that you sometimes see in pre-workouts, for example.
Yeah, when I was ultra running, I used caffeine tablets because I am quite sensitive to caffeine, and it helped me dose. Like, I don't drink coffee. Like, that's too much caffeine for me. Love that.
Yeah, thank you. And also, just final thing on the caffeine tablets, like they usually come like 200 milligram servings, which is quite a lot. However, a lot of the tablets come with like a split line in, so you can half dose them, so it's nice and easy. But they're a good option. I am not sponsored to say that, just as a little disclaimer. Okay, I'm going to throw another question at you now. So why are electrolytes being pushed so hard on social media as if they are a magical powder?
This is a fun one to come in because we just wrapped up a deep dive on electrolytes. The whole episode was basically answering this question. And the answer, to put it plainly, is there is a really good marketing budget for electrolytes. Mm-hmm. And the way that some of these or many of these electrolyte powders, thinking like the LMNT, Liquid IV, etc., like the single dose electrolytes, are marketed, gets them across to many of the right people in a very efficient way. Podcasts, influencer marketing, etc. There is such a manufactured need for electrolytes when the reality is that probably most people don't need supplemental electrolytes, because if you have a well-balanced diet, you're getting electrolytes through your diet, and you're probably staying hydrated through water. Short answer, that's not a 55-minute deep dive episode, is if it helps you drink more water, okay. But pay attention to how much sodium you're getting through supplemental electrolytes, because some of these supplements have outrageous amounts of sodium. And rarely is someone in our modern Western diet sodium deficient.
I'm so glad that we did that episode. For listeners that don't know, I do like a fitness phone-in on BBC Radio Scotland, and they asked me a question on electrolytes, and I was ready to go, Kate. Yeah. It was literally like 2 days before I had the radio show. We did it. So yeah, I unloaded all of the Kate knowledge bombs. Thank you so much.
I can't wait for that one to come out because that was like the most heated I've ever gotten in our podcast. It was like Michael and the
A
food
lot,
intolerance
a lot of
episode.
shady shit came out. So you got to go back. If you haven't listened to it yet, go back and listen to it. If it's not out yet, you got a lot to look forward to, guys. It was a really good episode. Yeah.
All right, Michael, I punted this one to you because it used the word porridge. And so that was Scottish coded or British coded to me. Is there a protein powder that won't turn my porridge into protein pudding?
I love porridge. Do you like porridge?
You mean oatmeal, right?
Yeah, it's same difference. Yeah.
It's fine. I don't
You're
have
not
the same
welcome here,
passion.
Kate.
I don't have the same passion that you do.
Yeah, I love myself some porridge. I love it throughout the winter months. Then when it gets to the warmer months, I move over to doing overnight oats, kind of like make it the night before. Super easy. I've now perfected my overnight oats recipe. My wife is so bored of me talking about this because every morning I wake up so excited for my overnight oats because I have nailed the recipe. If anyone wants it, please send me a DM and I will talk to you for about an hour on it. But I don't know, in terms of like putting protein powders into porridge or any other breakfast, I always feel like putting protein powder in foods makes it taste gross. I don't know about
Agreed.
you, Kate,
Agreed.
but I've never tried anything that's had protein powder in it that I think, oh, do you know what? That's really nice. It doesn't exist.
100% agree. Yogurt, like people when they put it in Greek yogurt,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I think just drink the shake
Yes.
separately. And if you think the shake is gross, just pound it.
Yeah.
Just chug it. Don't
Yeah.
make the food gross.
Agreed. It's why I don't usually recommend protein bars as well. Like they're just like a bit gross, and you take up room that you could have nice tasting food. So have the protein powder, and then eat whatever you have that tastes way nicer than it's going to taste after doing this. So I can't drink whey protein at all. So I have to use vegan protein powders, and they're even more gross when you put them
disgusting.
in foods. So in short, no, go and enjoy your porridge. Have a protein shake on the side. And you will enjoy life so much more. Yeah.
Okay, but I do have a suggestion.
Sure.
I love peanut butter powder, like PB Fit or PB2.
Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah.
Love it. Not as a substitute for peanut butter. That's disgusting. Like when you mix it
Take
with
that
water
back.
and you're like, this is peanut butter.
Do you like peanut butter though?
No, I love peanut butter.
Oh, okay. I thought there was peanut butter slander. I thought I was about to end the podcast episode.
No, that would be ridiculous. I'm
Kick
saying
my microphone off the desk.
No, I'm saying using it as a substitute
Sure.
for peanut butter is disgusting. But I use the PB2 or PB Fit or whatever in my porridge or yogurt to up the protein a little bit, but also like the texture. I think it makes it better. But it does have some carbs and fat, so it's not just like a whey isolate. It's not the same.
Sure.
But it's definitely, I want to say it's like an extra 8 to 12 grams of protein.
Nice.
And actually tastes good. So
Nice.
that's my go-to.
I love this. I thought this would just be a quick question we'd kind of gloss over, Kate, but it's got
We
deep.
have opinions.
Also, I love how every time you say the word porridge, you're saying it really delicately, as if you're about to offend someone by how it sounds.
It just really doesn't come out naturally. And when I think of porridge, I think of what an old peasant ate. Like I don't.
Yeah. That's fair.
know what to say.
Yeah. That's fair.
Or like a cream of wheat or like a malta meal, which
Sure.
I love those things.
Sure.
I love those. Anyway,
My oldest son
No
loves
porridge.
porridge. It's like the thing that you can guarantee is just going to absolutely hoover up. Like slow releasing carbs, have some milk in it. We put some peanut butter in, some chia seeds. There's so many options. It's great. Passionate over here.
we got a full porridge episode.
Okay. Kate, colostrum. What is it, and is it worth the hype?
All right, so I find it disgusting to think about colostrum supplementation.
Fair. Yeah.
It just really grosses me out that that's a thing. So that I'm coming into this with a bias of like, I'm grossed out by the thought of people supplementing with colostrum.
I'm with you there. Yeah.
So colostrum supplements are pretty much wasted in humans. From my understanding, the benefits of colostrum for something like a newborn calf is that there are these, growth factors and antibodies that can pass directly into their very young, immature gut. That does not happen in adult humans, right? Our digestive system is far more advanced and developed. There we go. That's the word. Our digestive system is far more developed. So we're not getting the same benefits from those growth factors and from those antibodies. So it's just expensive protein powder, I think.
This
and
isn't the
gross.
same thing, but it's when you hear of like breast milk from like humans being sold on the internet to bodybuilders because they think there's some
that's literally what it feels like to me.
magic kind of thing that's going to happen from it. Yeah, it's not the one. No, absolutely not.
And I actually wanted to look one thing up before we did this this question, and I was going to the examine.com page for colostrum, and it was saying, the dosing, I don't want to get this wrong, I'll put this in the show notes, the dosing of a colostrum supplement is usually like 20 to 60 grams, but the amount of immunoglobulin you get is 2 to 6 grams. Mm-hmm. And that's just like nowhere near what you would need to make any meaningful impact. It's just like minuscule amounts for what you would need to make any impact on overall digestion or gut health or anything like that.
We need a big button to come sound off as Kate gives her.
I don't know. I kind of liked you making that noise.
Okay,
that was weird.
And that's it. That's today's Q&A episode wrapped up. If you enjoy these episodes, please can you like, subscribe, review, share, whatever it is to help spread the word of the podcast. We really appreciate it. As always, anything else to add, Kate?
I think that's it.
Cool. We'll see you guys all again soon.
Talk soon.